And here is the Vegan's Almanac for today, the 29th of September, 2025. September 29th is International Goose Day, a day passed down to us from medieval England when geese were a common form of payment. On Goose Day, many citizens paid their debts to their landlord with the gift of a goose. Geese are equally at home on the water, on the land, or in the air, and live almost exclusively in the northern hemisphere. Geese migrate seasonally for food and better breeding conditions. Fall migration occurs in late September through November, sending geese south to their non-breeding winter grounds in warmer southern regions. Spring migration happens from late February to May as geese return north to their breeding sites. Geese use several environmental cues in timing the beginning of their migration, including temperature, predation threat, and food availability. Like all migratory birds, geese exhibit an ability to navigate using an internal compass, using a combination of innate and learned behaviors. They learn routes from their parents and appear to orient themselves using Earth's magnetic field. Migrations occur over the course of several weeks, and up to 85% of migration time is spent at perennial stopover sites, where individuals rest and build up fat stores for further travel. Geese, like other birds, fly in a V formation. This formation helps to conserve energy in flight and aids in communication and monitoring of flock mates. Researchers have determined that flying in a V formation increased the aerodynamics of trailing birds, thus requiring fewer wing flaps to stay aloft and lowering individuals' heart rates. Leading geese switch positions on longer flights to allow for multiple individuals to gain benefits from the less energy-intensive trailing positions. In family groups, parental birds almost always lead. Geese are very loyal. These birds form lifelong monogamous bonds with a single partner and are fiercely protective of their partners and offspring. Together, they produce a single clutch of white eggs, usually up to 10, depending on the species, in the spring breeding season. Once she lays the eggs, the female incubates them while the gander stands guard to protect against threats. Emerging from the egg with downy feathers, the gosling has the ability to fend for himself almost immediately, but he remains under the protection of his parents for the first summer of his life. The parents will lead the goslings in a single file line and hiss at anything that approaches. Geese mourn when they lose their mating partner or their eggs. Egyptians were among the first civilizations to domesticate geese some 3,000 years ago. They captured thousands of birds in nets, keeping them in pens and breeding them for meat and eggs. While most people don't think of ducks and geese when discussing cruelty to farmed animals, these birds are severely abused by the down, meat, and foie gras industries. In the down industry, workers often pin down terrified geese and tear their feathers out by the handful, and many are left with gaping, bloody wounds. The down industry helps prop up the immensely cruel foie gras industry, as producers often seek to bolster income by selling the feathers of tormented, force-fed geese. Ducks and geese raised for foie gras have pipes or tubes shoved down their throats 3 times a day so that 4 pounds of grain can be pumped into their stomachs to produce the diseased fatty liver that some diners consider a delicacy. When their diseased liver swells up to 10 times their normal size, the birds are sent to slaughter. There are no federal laws or regulations protecting ducks, geese, or other birds from cruelty at slaughter. This Goose Day, let's love and respect these wonderful birds. And here is a poem for today, The Wild Geese by W.S. Merwin. It was always for the animals that I grieved most, for the animals I had seen, and for those I had only heard of or dreamed about, or seen in cages or lying beside the road, for those forgotten and those long remembered, for the lost ones that were never found again. Among people, there were words we all knew, even if we did not say them, and although they were always inadequate when we said them, they were there if we wanted them when the time came. With the animals, always there was only presence, as long as they were present, and then only absence, suddenly, and no word for it. In all the great wisdom of China, Where are the animals when they are lost? Where are the ancestors who knew the way? Without them, all wise words are bits of sand twitching on the dunes, where the forests once whispered in their echoing ancient tongue, and the animals knew their way among the trees. Only in the old poems does their presence survive. The gibbons call from the mountain gorges. The old words all deepen the great absence, the vastness of all that has been lost. It is still there when the poet in exile looks up, long ago, hearing the voices of wild geese, far above him, flying home. The Wild Geese by W.S. Merwin. This has been the Vegan's Almanac with a reminder to keep a lookout for migrating geese today.